Christ and help them follow him. And Terry and I and our ministry leadership team, we've been praying through and thinking through what would it look like for our whole church to adopt a great commissionary perspective. What would it look like for our whole church to begin investing in the relationships where they live, work, and play? And this is one of our key priorities over the next 3 years, is reaching our community. And we want to make this as simple as possible, something that we're all doing together. And so over the next 6 months, Terry is going to tell you about an initiative of how this church is going to be advancing the gospel in the relationships that we have. Pastor Terry.
Yes, so what if over the next 6 months, you could not only impact the lives of 8 people in your life, but you could also see transformation in your own heart, in your own life, in your family's heart? And what if this could fit into the normal, everyday routine that you already have? And what if we could do this together as a church in an intentional way? Would that intrigue you? I mean, that's a real question. Would it stir your heart? Would it move your heart into a season of action, prayerful action? The whole goal of this is that we do this together and we see the Lord work in and through our community in a special way. And I believe that he will do that. Consider this. Statistically, 2 out of 3 Delawareans only go to church once, maybe twice a year, Christmas and Easter, or not at all. So if you go to church, which you do, because you're here, that means probably, if you look out your door to the left and the right, your neighbor doesn't go to church. And we all know people that don't, right? And what this means is that they likely feel far from God, distant from him. Think about your own life as you walk with God, how hard it is and how certain days are extremely lonely. But consider your neighbor who's walking maybe even in deeper darkness and further separation from God. And we have this good news. So we are thrilled to announce a laser-focused initiative called Reaching Our Community using my hashtag. My hashtag is a card that's in your seat. Everybody can grab one. If you're joining us online, you can go to our website, /myhashtag. If you didn't know, this little symbol is a hashtag, also known as a pound sign. If you call this my pound sign, I'm going to write you a ticket. So we're calling this my hashtag. And it's a way for us to pray first, to love all, and invite often in a really intentional way. I want to walk you through the back of the card. If you don't have one, you can't find one. If you're in the front row of the balcony, ask for one from your neighbor. And raise your hand if you don't have one. We have ushers coming around with more cards. We really want everyone to walk away with one of these today and to put it in a prominent place, on your fridge or on your mirror, in your car, and start going through your life as Pastor Nate gave those examples of people in your everyday life that you want to encounter. I want to read through the back of the card, which has the instructions on how to use this. My hashtag is a simple strategy aimed toward loving our neighbors. Engage in acts of love toward those you encounter daily. Embrace your unique responsibility to introduce Jesus in everyday life. Who should you write? What name should you write on my hashtag? Look around, across the street, at work, school, and the places you frequent. Your neighbors are those you encounter regularly, individuals in your circle, seen weekly. The goal is to identify who may not yet be walking with Jesus along the path where you live, work, and play. So the idea is, go through your week this week. See who you see regularly at the shopping market or the coffee shop. Maybe you don't know their name yet, but maybe this week you learn their name and you begin praying for them, and then you ask, how can I pray for you? You learn about them over the next 6 months. Why 8? Well, it fits nicely on a hashtag. Let's just be honest, okay? Let's be brutally honest. There's 8 squares here for you to fill in intentionally. And with you in the center, my hashtag identifies 8 people that you commit to praying for and loving on, while patiently awaiting the right opportunity to introduce Jesus. 100 is too many, and 1 is too few. Start with 8 people, know their names, pray for them, and personally care for and connect with each person. Now, some of you, we heard the story today, some of you are doing this. It's intuitive for you, or you've learned it over the years how to pour your life out. Others, like the example Pastor Nate gave at his early workplace, we remain hidden, or we're not sure what to do. And so wherever you are on that spectrum, we want to invite you into this. Identify 8 new people that you want to start reaching out to intentionally over the next 6 months. Can I do this? Absolutely. This mission is designed for everyone. Regardless of age or life stage, God has uniquely shaped and prepared you to extend his love to your my hashtag. I've been trying to figure out the right way to say that, like whether you're 8 years old or you're 108, but that doesn't sound quite right. But the idea is, yes, even a child can do this, someone who carries the love. And we're going to bring some stories out as we go about even examples of where we've seen this in our kids' ministry already. And then lastly, on the website, Brandywine Church /my hashtag, there's resources, and you can print one of these cards if you lose track of it. And we really want to invite you into this season. We hope that this fits into your everyday life, but that doesn't mean that it won't require sacrifice or that it won't be uncomfortable at times. Just step into that discomfort. We have such good news. You know, I heard a story yesterday that's still living with me of some people that gave their lives sharing the gospel in the country of Tanzania yesterday. And it's been really moving me, just like, why did that happen, Lord? Did that have to happen? And yet they were, like Paul, they were pouring their lives out in a special kind of global mission sort of way. But this whole month we've been talking about, we have great news. We are co-missionaries right here in the Brandywine Valley. And most people in our region are not walking closely with Jesus. If anything, the mission field of the Northeast is extremely difficult. You can walk with someone for years, and it might take that time, or it could be a day where he opens their heart. Lastly, I like to walk along the Brandywine Valley. From the bottom of Mount Lebanon Road, there's a paved trail that goes to Thompson's Bridge and beyond. It's one of the places I go to walk and pray when I get a little break in my day. And I've been thinking, well, how would I invite someone into this? Maybe I can invite someone into a hike over the next 6 months in a way that would take a risk with one of the guys that I've been trying to reach out to in my own life. So I'm going to invite Pastor Nate. He's going to challenge us in a special way now. How do we step into this, my hashtag?
So you just heard Pastor Terry give you the idea. Each week over the next 6 months, we're going to be emphasizing this in a different way. Here's just one step I want you to take right now. Fill out just one name on this card right now. Who is the person that when we began talking about this, or maybe at some point throughout this series, this is the person that the Lord has put on your heart? Who is that person? Who is that person? Take a moment. We're just gonna give you 30 seconds or so. Fill that one square out for now, and then over the weeks, we're gonna try to help you fill out all 8. All right? Take that moment, do that right now.